Hello my lovely friends, welcome back for another pregnancy update. If you're new around here, my name is Sandy-Kaye. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you're not new, thanks for coming back for another video. Over here on my channel I do motherhood content as I'm figuring it out with my two kids. I have a toddler son named Trenner who is almost 3 and a little girl, Jordy Ray, who is 1. Start off with baby. This week baby's the size of a spaghetti squash, which my people seems like really big. 14 inches, longer than a ruler now, and 2 pounds. Baby's eyelashes are starting to grow, which just is always so cute to see all the little features on a little baby. And speaking of little features, their little fingernails are also starting to be formed by this point. He's also helping to develop strong lungs by swallowing amniotic fluid. Alright, let's dive into my symptoms. I am 26 weeks and 1 day as of today. Yesterday, Friday, is my turnover day. So for symptoms, I've just been feeling very unmotivated this week. Maybe it's after just going so hard and moving that I've just kind of felt burnt out, but even in the middle of it, of going hard, I also felt unmotivated, but just kind of knew I had to move and I had to get the stuff over, and I had people helping me, which also kicked my butt into gear to get stuff done faster. But yeah, just a sense of not wanting to do things. I just want to sleep more, sleep in, and I'll have a list of things to get done, and then in the morning I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I've also found myself being a little bit more impatient and just super frustrated with my toddler, as he's been seeming to scratch and hurt his little sister more, which is super frustrating for me. And so just trying to find, parenting strategies that feel helpful and not hurtful, because like, I'm gonna spank you it doesn't usually work, and timeouts and all that stuff. So just trying to figure out discipline for a toddler. Speaking of my toddler, he has been waking up more in the night. He woke up like 3 nights in a row, and then the next 2 nights my 1-year-old woke up, and I've noticed some insomnia at night. There was a night or 2 in there where it took me at least an hour to fall back to sleep, and right as I was thinking of like getting up and doing things, I found that I drifted off back to sleep. But yeah, that's been a little bit of a struggle that I've never really had before. This week I feel like I've just been having a lot of mixed emotions, kind of bittersweet, of being happy to be in a bigger place, but also weird down feelings, which is funny because I'm only 5 doors down from the townhouse I was in before, but that's something I didn't expect, to just feel those mixed emotions. I guess anything new, as little as it can be, you can have those emotions. I was also just kind of feeling down about some bad news I got about my friend in the ICU. She was doing really good and making some progress, and then kind of had a backslide and is doing worse now. So that was just a really bummer to hear, because she also has a toddler just like me that she's separated from, as they can't visit in the ICU. So that's been really tough on me, just thinking about her situation and everything. And I mean, I've been happy other than those down moments. I feel like as a mom, that's one nice thing, is that you kind of have to pick yourself up and keep on going and be happy for your children, which, when you smile when you're mad, it just like ends up making you happy. Okay guys, so clumsy this week, just so maddening. Because I was making myself, I've been really into hot cocoa and toast, which has been one of my cravings this week, which if you've never tried it, you do hot cocoa, you make toast and butter it, and you dip it in your hot cocoa. May sound weird until you try it. That was something in my childhood I did, and so it's kind of a comfort food for me. Anyway, as a healthier option, I do chocolate protein and then mix it up really good in a blender bottle and then warm it up in the microwave. And I spilled it all over the microwave when I was getting it out. I was so mad at myself. Like literally there's only that much left in the cup. It's like, so I just drank what was left and dipped my little bit of toast in it. But anyway, clumsy with that. And then that same day I almost flopped my son's lunch bowl over. So definitely super clumsy this week. I also noticed some more round ligament discomforts, when you're reaching suddenly, or just kind of randomly, like if I like laugh or something, then it will happen like lower in my belly, and if I just rub on that spot that it happened on my belly, then it usually goes away pretty quick. but just something I've noticed. You know, last week I was talking about tingly carpal tunnel in my hands, but even doing lunges today and my workout today, my legs, like my lower part of my legs from my knee down, gets so tingly, and I hate that feeling, and it makes it harder when you're like trying to do a close lunge pulse and your legs tingling. It just makes everything so much more intense. My belly button seems to be poking out more and be more noticeable in clothing. I never really get an outie, but my belly button gets stretched out, and I call it like the upper lip on my belly button, so that's kind of noticeable through clothing now. The baby, which now I can say baby girl, which is so fun. She's been kicking more and more lately, and with an anterior placenta, I haven't been able to feel super strong movements, but this week being able to feel the kicking from the outside more has been exciting, you know, because they've got to kick a little harder to be able to, for you to feel it through the placenta. So that's just been kind of fun, especially at night before bed. I've been having fun just tuning into the baby and feeling her kick. For cravings, I know I mentioned hot cocoa and toast, but I also was loving milk, which I'm lactose intolerant, so I really never drink milk throughout most of my life. But this pregnancy, for whatever reason, I don't even think it was in my other pregnancies. Cheese was definitely a thing, but never milk. So yeah, I've been enjoying cow's milk now, especially with my dark chocolate and peanut butter, just to wash that down. And lastly, I've been loving cherries. I just got those, and watermelon. We got some fresh watermelon from our farmer's market, and it was so good. So we definitely ate the 4th slice of watermelon they gave us that night. Me and just the kids. And the last thing that I'll kind of note, which is a really weird symptom that I can't say has really happened ever to me before, when I was eating breakfast this morning, I don't know, maybe I was eating a little faster, but it was like I almost got hiccups. I had like 3 big hiccups, but they were like involuntary, like huge hiccups. I can't make a hiccup sound. And then it like made it seem like I was gonna throw up, and that was really gross. But then I didn't, but I just had to like, I like was holding my belly to try and not like vocally hiccup, but I did it like 3 times, and then I had like a pain in my belly for a minute, or like a couple seconds, and then it was gone. But I was like, that was really weird, and I was scared I was gonna throw up. So I'm thankful that I did not, because if you've been around here, I haven't thrown up once in any of my pregnancies, but this was the first pregnancy where I was super close, now twice, to throwing up. All right, let's end off with the 3 questions I go through, which is, how am I preparing for baby? And today my husband's gonna go look at a possible car for our family, so that's kind of exciting. I mean, we still have a couple months, so we're not too big of a rush, and technically our car would work with 3 seats right next to each other. It would just be very squishy. So looking forward to possibly getting a bigger car in the near future. Best moment this week, that would be just watching a movie for a date night with my husband, and then just also having some super good snuggles before bed. I feel like those are more and more rare when you have kids. What am I excited about? Or just excited to get over, let's say. So next week I have my glucose test, which I never look forward to this. I don't like needles, and I don't really love the feeling of my blood sugars being out of control. And when I down that super sugary drink and then get my blood drawn, which already could make me maybe a little woozy in itself, it makes me feel super gross. It makes me feel emotional, which is funny. Like, I've cried before during that glucose test, just because with my blood sugar out of whack and feeling like lightheaded a little bit, they usually have to give me juice and crackers. So anyway, it should be fine. It's not a big deal, but I'm just happy to get that over with and hopefully get good news back. Anyway, let's finish off with a little bump update. Here is my 26-week belly. From the side. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me, and time is just flying by. I feel like I'm gonna be 30 weeks pregnant before we know it, so comment down below if it feels like it is flying by for you too. I know, 3rd-time mom here, so I feel like every pregnancy seems to go by faster, but super crazy. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.